My name is Mingyu Liang, and I will be talking about a key exchange protocol.
So the key exchange protocol is based on disentanglement, and a total of 4 messages are sent, two sent by client, two sent by server. So the really important thing is the security consideration, and the confidentiality is already guaranteed by the confidentiality entanglement hard disk. So we need to think about integrity, authentication, and reliability. So basically, the key idea is to use the SHA-256 and ISA to provide side message digest, aka the digital signature. And also for authentication, we also apply LANs to make sure that they cannot record a message and later impersonate the individual. And we also have some early termination of unauthenticated messages to prevent the denial of service attack. So our scenario is that our server and clients both act honestly, and also the server and client acquire each other's public key before communication, and they maintain a synchronized counter as well. So our attacker's power is to basically intercepting all communication and ability to kill a message with certain probability, and also construct a spoof message and send it to either side. Okay, so based on our assumption, our implementation is this, without the Trudy, our woman in the middle, that it's just direct communication. And with Trudy, basically Trudy is just a server in the between, so every message goes to the Trudy, and Trudy can basically decide whether to do nothing or just or modify the message. Okay, so this is the alert system. It shows that the flowchart of a run of send and receive, what field there's timeout, and whether to send an alert when you detect announce is incorrect or the authentication is incorrect, what field is fatal, then fail to terminate the process. It's not fatal, just send alert and redo this run. For the first example, I'm going to show that Alice and Bob can communicate without choosing and negotiate a share key. So I will have the right window, it's the client window, and the left window is the server window. So I have the client, also Alice, to initiate the negotiation. Well, as you can see, the message transfer very fast. So basically, this contains a client hello message, and then client response. It's server hello is sent back to client, and then the client can compute the shared secret, and then send the client response to server. And once received by the server will send finished client, and basically this will end the session. And as you can see, both server and the client has successfully negotiated the same share key. For the second example, I'm going to show that Tutti can actually eavesdrop all the communication. However, as we have discussed earlier, based on the computational Diffie-Hellman hardness, using all the values Tutti can observe, she cannot deduct the compute secret. So again, we are in the same window here. This one is the server, and this one is the client. And here is the Trudy, and Trudy is already ready to start intercepting. So again, we let the client initiate the communication. And we can see that Trudy captured this message, so we are going to read. Yeah, so basically you receive the nonce, the client ID, and also the session ID, and also the authentication. So basically, Trudy will forward this message because she is just eavesdropping. Okay, so so this message is forwarded to server, and server send the server hello to the client, and again this is intercepted by Trudy. So Trudy read it again, and now you can see Trudy know the G, which is the generator, and G to the power of X, and also the prime. And again, Trudy will forward this message to client. So the client receives this message and then send this client response back to the server. And again, this is intercepted by Trudy. So again, Trudy read this message. Yeah. So basically, Trudy will read this message and know g to the power of y. Again, she forward this message to the server, and the server send a finish to the client and read this message again. Yeah, so this is just a message type 4. It's the finish message, just this message. So with all the information Trudy has got, gy, gx, and g and p, by the Ephemeral computational hardness, she cannot obtain the shared secret. However, we can see that in this case, still the client and server can negotiate the shared secret. For the third demo, I am going to let Trudy to try to modify the message, and we are going to see how the client and server and recognize the tampering and basically send an alert to each other to communicate. And also upon receiving the alert, the server will resend the message again. And without the loss of generality, I am going to let Trudy intercept the message from the server. So again, we will let our client to initiate the communication. So this is the client hello. So I will just let Trudy to forward this message. And now Trudy received the message from the server, which is the server hello. So now I'm going to modify. Okay, so I can choose a fake GX. In this case, I will just using a random number. Okay, so it shows the message is added. As you can see now, the 3x is modified by Trudy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward this message back to the client. Notice at this point the client should recognize that the message has been tampered using the authentication. So the client will actually send an alert. Yeah, as you can see, the client sent an alert to the server. So basically, if we continue, we will see that the server received the alert, and basically the server will send the server hello back to the client. And if we just assume that Trudy gives up the trying to intercept the message, because she cannot always intercept the message, if we do this all the way to the end, we can still see both Alice and Bob, our server and client, has negotiated the same shared secret key. For the fourth demo, I'm going to let Trudy to try a playback attack. Basically, Trudy will eavesdrop a client hello message and store it. When the current round of communication is over, the Trudy is going to perform a playback attack by sending this message to a server again. The server will recognize this is a playback attack by checking the nouns, and it will send an alert message. Okay, so we let the client to initiate the communication. So we will choose the option of S, store the message for later replay attack. Okay, so now I will basically just forward all the rest of the message to the end of this this round of negotiation. As you can see, it reached the end. Both the server and the client negotiate the same secret key. So basically, I will tell the server to continue listening, and then here we will just let the Trudy to perform the playback attack. As you can see, now I will choose the attack with replay. Okay, So as you can see, the server receives a messaging and basically erase an alert and send alert code. It's 70. Basically 70 means the nonce is not matched with current counter, and this message is again forward to the client. The client will receive this alert with the alert code 70. For the final example, I will show the when Judy tried to kill the message, and actually in this case, I set the timeout to be 10 seconds. So when the client realizes that it does not receive any response, it will resend the client hello. So we will see the client resend message, and we just let Judy to forward the rest of the message to see how we can still successfully negotiate the key. Okay, so we let initiate again. So now we use the P to prevent the client to send the client hello. So now we will see, okay, so the client is resending the packet, the message. So for the rest, I will just always forward this rest of the message because I assume the Trudy cannot always kill a message. As you can see now, we still have a successful session with both the client and server negotiate the same shared key. Thank you.